All right, well, here we go. This is why we're all here tonight. We're not here for the good food Michelle made. Thank you, Michelle, for putting the spread together for us. She made just about everything here. I want to thank everybody for coming this evening. This is a little bit of a celebration for our 15 years in business. Without you guys, it wouldn't be Fitness Advantage. So I want to thank you for your patronage. I also want to thank my staff. They're not all here this evening, but Lori and Michelle and Brenda and Reed. Without them, we wouldn't be where we are either. We have a great staff. And I thank my wife for putting up with my hours. First I want to start off with this, okay? Most people believe, and I do for the most part, have a very, very clean diet. I eat very whole foods, things that they're made. But just to dispel any myths or anything, this is an Oreo cookie with cream cheese and chocolate outside, okay? So.
Hey, Chris, what part of the table it goes on?
I'm probably none left now. Hold it down here. I'm ready to board now.
You're not going to throw that up there,
We are videotaping this evening, and for those people who couldn't be here this evening, we're going to be able to watch it on Facebook. If we can figure out how to put it on our website, we'll put it on our website. But it'll be on Facebook. We're just going to go over a lot of stuff tonight. I'll try to be as quick as I can with it. I'll have certain areas where you can ask some questions, okay? But if you can just hold your questions till I say you have any questions, it'll make it go a little bit quicker, okay? Because you're probably going to ask me some things I'm going to cover as we go along with it. First, we're going to start with this, okay? To put your mind at ease, we are not moving, okay? Not leaving town, and I'm not raising the price. Although it's not a bad idea to raise the price. I'm personally not going anywhere. None of my staff is going anywhere. My staff is with me for as long as they want to stay with me, okay? So, I know a lot of people have questions about what's going to happen this evening, what changes are going on, but as we're not, a lot of the changes that are going to occur this evening are not changes that are actually going to affect you, okay? But it's the way that I'm going to handle my business. And if you do talk to your friends or family about coming on board here, you guys need to understand that the way some things that we incurred for you, pricing-wise and things like that, is changing. So I didn't want you to go out there and talk about something on how we do things when it's actually changed, and you might not know about it. So some of it has to do with what we're doing for you, and the way we want to be able to train you and train you better, and make some changes to just give you better results. But also some things just so you understand what we're doing, so in case you talk to other people that might want to join with us, okay? That's why there's really so much to go over this evening, okay? So, when you're in business, first, if you're in business, okay, and you're not changing, then you're going to fall behind. You've got to change. You've got to stay up with what's current. And our industry is changing like crazy. It's changed like crazy over the last 15 years. They finally decided after a few years to start putting some money into it. And I can't tell you the amount of journals and studies we get constantly. Every month, 2 or 3 magazines like this thick of just studies. They're pouring money into our industry, and a lot of things are changing. And for us to stay in business, okay, to be one of the best trainers in the area, we need to change some things. So those changes will get you better results, okay? And it'll help us to be able to help you reach your goals a little better. Also, some of the other changes are for me to be able to survive as a business so that I can continue to service you, okay? Most of you know that I opened Canton, or I bought Canton a couple of years ago, and that didn't work out. Well, I learned a lot from that experience, and from that experience, I decided I need to do some things different. So, 4 or 5 months ago, you guys may have started to see we took the office down. I mean, that's how long we've been working at this. We've been working at this for a while now. And I think we finally got to a point where we can launch some of the things that we want to be able to do so that I can continue as a businessman to stay in business, to service you, and be able to give you guys some better results, and the people that come on board some better results. So there's really three folds to what tonight is. Tonight is a birthday party. The second thing is to roll out some changes to help you guys train better. And the third thing is to roll out some changes to help me, as a businessman, to run my business better. Okay? So, the first major change, okay? This change does not affect anyone in this room unless they want it to affect them, okay? So what I talk about now, you do not have to do. You can do it if you want to. But if you talk to someone, you need to understand that this is how we're going to pay now, okay? We're going to electronic fund transferring, EFT, okay? We're going to a membership-based gym. So anyone new coming through my door is not going to pay me monthly like we do now for 30/30. Or if you're private training, they're not going to pay me 10 sessions at a time. You won't be able to really come in the door and buy one session, that type of thing. That's for new people. That's on March 1st. That's not you guys, okay? But I wanted to be able to go through what they get, okay, and how it works for them. So in case you do talk to somebody, you'll understand. And you won't be able to remember everything I talk about this evening, but at least you have a little bit of an idea on what's going on, okay? So this is what our new price sheet looks like, okay? It's much different than it was before. How can you cancel? We're not going to put them through a workout. Did somebody say we're going to put them through a workout? Anyway, we're going to go to two types of memberships are going to be called now. There's going to be an essential membership and a customized membership. The essential membership is basically 30/30, okay? When someone comes to our door, we're really going to only offer them twice a week essential membership. They can come 3 times a week. They can purchase a third day if they'd like, but it's twice a week. And then our customized membership is our personal training memberships, okay? They will either have to sign up for a 3-month or a 12-month agreement. So we're not going to do anything month by month anymore. I'm just way too much risk when I go month to month like this. So it'll be 3-month or 12-month. 12-month is a much bigger savings than 3 months, but if somebody only wants to commit to 3 months, that's what they can commit to 3 months. We will also have an $89 enrollment fee. So anybody that comes in through our door, they'll have to pay $89 to enroll and be a part of Fitness Advantage family. Okay? I'm just going to quickly go through a little bit what's in the essential membership. It's really kind of what you got already, but we've packaged it a little bit different. I don't know if you guys remember when we talked to you about joining, we really didn't package it like this. We really didn't talk about it like this. So if someone was to go into our essential membership, you get an exclusive Fitness Advantage assessment with a heart rate transmitter. You get 2 sessions a week of our 30/30 group personal training. It will be a scientifically designed group training program which changes once a month to boost your metabolism, decrease injury, increase strength, improve your functional movement in your day-to-day activities. You will also receive a nutrition program. You'll receive unlimited use of our cardiovascular equipment and unlimited coaching. There's always a coach present to help you. Those things really pretty much you already have now. We don't ever like sell it like that. We don't explain it like that. Okay? The customized membership is an exclusive Fitness Advantage assessment with a heart rate transmitter, 2 intensive coaching sessions per week, working on your specific goals in a semi-private setting. Individualized programming design written specifically for you, which changes every 4 to 6 weeks. Unlimited use of our gym's cardiovascular equipment, a nutrition program, and unlimited coaching. Coaches are always available. Okay? That's pretty much what somebody gets now with personal training, but it's going to be packaged different in 3-month and 12-month commitments. Okay? If someone comes on board during what we call our strategy session, when we set up a tour of our facility now, which will be much different than we've done previously, we're going to have an actual tour that we bring people through. Not that this is a very big place to walk through, but and it's doing like that. But if someone does come through our door, an essential membership, and signs up that evening, they will also get an individualized program and 4 additional personal training sessions. And I'll tell you why that's going to help them out as we go along here a little bit. They'll get a session with our nutrition specialist. So we're not just going to hand them what our nutrition program is now. They're going to get a session to sit down with Lori. They will also get $15 of club bucks for your personal tab they can use on anything that can be spent in the club. We'll give them a Fitness Advantage t-shirt, we'll give them a multivitamin, we'll give them some nutrition bars, they're $57 value, so it's a total of a $339 value if someone signs up that evening for our essential membership, okay? And obviously, you're not gonna remember everything I'm telling you, but I'm just trying to give you a gist of kind of what we're going. If someone was to sign up for a customized membership, they're gonna get in 4 additional personal training sessions. They'll get 2 sessions with Lori as a nutrition coach. They'll get $25 for our club bucks. They'll get a Fitness Advantage t-shirt, some multivitamins, and some nutrition bars, which is again a $57 value for about a $359 value, okay? If someone wants to come 3 times a week, like I said, there's a way to purchase some extra sessions if that's what they want to do. But we're really going to just push a 2 times a week membership with people. Now, an essential membership is $147 a month, okay, for twice a week. And I can't really tell you what personal training is, but personal training is $367 as a personal training membership. And this is how this works, okay? Because if someone signs up, they sign us up for a year, okay? Right now, if somebody signs up, they can come 3 times a week for a couple of months. They can change 2 times a week. If they miss a class, they can make it up. We keep track of things like that. We go on vacation, they can try to make up their classes, that kind of stuff. That all pretty much goes away. Because when you sign up for one of our memberships now, an essential membership means you can come to class twice a week. So if you come to class twice a week for a full year, that means you get to come to class 104 times. 52 times 2 is 104, okay? In an essential membership package, you're really paying for 8 sessions a month, which comes out to 96 sessions a year that you pay for. So there's 8 sessions of 30-30 that's in there that's actually free. So that if someone was to go on vacation and they missed 2 sessions, they didn't pay for those sessions anyway. Let's say they have to miss a session during the week for some reason, they're sick or something like that, they can't really make it up. They didn't really pay for that session. It's a way for us to try to control this insanity of trying to make classes up here and there. So there's actually 8 sessions or a whole month's worth of training that you haven't paid for. That's in the essential membership package, okay? The same thing goes for customized membership for personal training. You'll pay for 96 sessions for the year, when really if you come twice a week for a full year, it comes to 104 sessions. Does that kind of make sense? So there's 8 private sessions in there that are on the house for those times when you can't make it. Obviously, if you can't make a class, we try to fit you in somewhere else, but we're not going to try and roll these classes along. Something that will come with an essential membership and a customized membership, if you decide to go for electronic fund transferring, is a price guarantee. We pretty much have a price guarantee in this, that no one is ever going to come through our door and pay less than you're paying right now. We've always been that way anyway. I don't run specials. We don't come through the door and say, well, this month 30-30 is going to be whatever it is, $99 for this month. I never run specials, and I won't run specials. So that's a guarantee going forward, knowing that no one will ever pay less than you're paying right now. But if you do sign up for an essential membership package, I can tell you that as long as you stay current with us for at least, like if your membership runs up and you sign up within 30 days, your price will never go up. So that's an advantage to that. I have some risk with you not being on an EFT system. It's more work for you not being on an EFT system. So anyone who's on an EFT membership, your price will never go up as long as you stay current with us. Something to think about. You guys can do the math in your head if it works out for you or not, but that's what it is. Another thing that's coming with our memberships now is the assessment is part of the membership. We're changing the way we're doing our assessments. We're not going to do quite as much stuff as we have been doing. We're going to do some measurements, body composition, health screening, but now we're going to include something that's called a functional movement screen. You may have seen me go through it with somebody over here holding a bar over their head. There's a white toy back there. The functional movement screen is something that I really, really believe in, and I really believe that it's going to help you guys move better, train better, and function better throughout your life. So that's going to become much more part of our membership and our assessment. So anyone who's a private training with me right now privately, I'm going to perform a functional movement screen on you, because that's going to become part of our training sessions, okay? For those people in group exercise, If you wanna do a functional movement screen with you, we'll figure out a way to get a functional movement screen in, because that is going to be part of what we're going to do going forward in 30-30. One thing that is going to change for you, we've had some problems in the past, and my legal counsel has advised me that every time you pay me, if you're paying me monthly or quarterly, whatever it might be, you have to sign a contract. So it's gonna be a little bit of a hassle. You're gonna have to sit there and fill out names and this kind of stuff, but I've gotta have contracts on board now. It's not a good situation the way we've been running from the seat of our pants like this all the years. So bear with us. We're gonna try to make these changes starting March 1st. It's not gonna be easy in the beginning, but I'm sure we'll get some kind of flow to it so that we can have a contract in place, okay? Contract's not gonna be anything different than you're already doing, it's gonna be on a piece of paper now. Just gonna say, we can spell it out on a piece of paper what it is. It's gonna help me with my liability. We are using a new software for our electronic fund transferring and our credit card processing. So we'll no longer be processing credit cards up front. We have to do them in our office on our laptop. We're not good at it yet. I'm telling you right now. We really don't know what we're doing. So, please bear with us. We're going to do what we can in the beginning of March with this. If you go to pay us and there's two people to pay us and we can't figure it out, just pay me the next time, okay? Nobody's going to go anywhere. I'm not worried about that. But until we all learn how to do it, everyone on the staff, it's just going to take us some time. We have been working at this for months. So, there's a lot of stuff we still need to change and do, and that's part of it. The whole software system's a little bit crazy. So,
It's only 24 hours in a day.
only 24 hours in a day, and we still have to work out. So, we don't need to sleep, we need to work out. So I mentioned a couple of things in the membership that I just want to go over real quick. I mentioned that supplements. We do have some supplements up front now, okay? Men's and women's vitamin. We have a product like Lipotropic that helps metabolize fat, and
Fish oil.
fish oil. We have fish oil. You know, fish oil. That's good.
Metabolic optimizer.
We also have a metabolic optimizer, which is a shake. I'm not sure how long I'm going to carry that, but I have it for now. Okay. We're also going to carry some perfect food bars. It's an energy bar. It's anywhere from 250 calories to 300 calories, and the bar is completely organic. Okay. Made some very good products. There's no preservatives in it. Actually, we need to keep it refrigerated. Although once it's sold, it can be out for as much as 2 weeks. We're going to have to be refrigerated with our stuff, because we're going to start putting an emphasis on, when we talk to people, about the pre and the post-workout nutrition, okay? The studies are showing now that as we get a little bit older, when you're in your 20s, you might need about 20 grams of protein after a workout for your body to resynthesize muscle, protein resynthesis. As we get older, we're starting to find that the body doesn't store it as well, and it doesn't utilize it as well. So we need more protein pre and post workout. So we might need, when we get to our 40s or 50s, 30 grams of protein, and we might get up to 40 grams, and actually 50 grams when you hit your 70s, okay? Now the reason why I mention this is, you go through all the trouble of working out, and then we're not eating right, even if we're not trying to lose weight or anything, you're not fueling your body correctly, we're not being as smart as we can be with our training. So, that's why we brought some supplements on board. People ask a lot of questions why we're doing that. That's one reason why we brought some supplements on board. I think it's a high-grade supplement. I think the raw materials that go into that product are a little bit better than what you get over the counter, some things like that. And these food bars are delicious, and for those people who need a snack or a pre-workout, something in the morning, something on the way home from work, I think you're going to find you're going to like those things. When we get the bars in, we're going to sample them. Everybody can try them, so you can see what they're like and enjoy them.
No 5-hour energy?
No, fine, all right.
What, hearing?
Low carb?
So, does anybody have any questions on that so far? Tina, Burnett.
You mentioned unlimited something or other.
Unlimited.
Use. Does that mean I could come in here any day and
Yes,
walk on your
there's
machine?
always been like that, but we have not conveyed that as well as we should have. We're gonna try and convey that from the beginning. Anyone in this room that's a member, anytime we're open, can come in and use the cardiovascular equipment. We'd love for you to do that. Even if we have 10 people in class, 5 people are gonna come out and lift anyway. So there's usually always a machine out there to do that, okay? So, yes, that all stays the same. So just to understand again, what I'm talking about with EFT, you do not have to do that, okay? I know there was, people I've talked to a little bit, there's some confusion about that. You do not have to. That is your choice if you want to do that for convenience, for price guarantee, that your price will never go up, or if you see it as an advantage that I don't go away, so I'm going to actually get some classes for free. That's completely up to you. If not, we'll do business just the way we're doing it right now, okay? But for me as a business owner, we need to go that direction, okay? There's too much liability. Yes, Ms. Linda?
So if we don't do the EFT,
Mhm.
there's a chance that it could go up?
I can say this. I don't have any price increases in mind. I don't see a price increase in the future right now from what we do and how we're doing things. But I'm at a higher risk if someone's not on EFT, okay? When I bought Canton, one thing that I really learned about is the value of my business, okay? One thing is, some of the changes are so that my business becomes more valuable, so that maybe someday when I retire, I'll have some value to it. I have 2 kids in college, I got 2 more on the way, and there's a 13-year-old, so I'm not going anywhere for a long time. But when my business is done, okay, hopefully I won't be training 80 hours a week and doing all the training. But when someone comes to look and buy your business, I'm trying to think of the term they use. They want to see how much money you have in that type of contract, in that kind of business. If they see everyone is month to month, or month or 3 months, there's just no value to it, because you can just up and leave. After 1 month, if I buy the business on January 1, and you don't like what I'm doing, February 1, you're gone. Whereas if you're in a contract, it might be June, it might be August, when your contract is up. So it gives them some time to phase in a little bit. I honestly don't see a price increase right now, but I know going forward, as we try to sell this to people, that's one thing that we're going to say. If there's a price increase, it might be cheaper to beat the EFT anyway, so I don't know. I mean, I think twice a week right now is $135, isn't it?
I pay every 3 months, I don't.
Every 3 months. Is it? Michelle?
Every 3 months, get 12 years.
361 for 3 and 135 for 1.
So, what's 361 divided by 3? 130, about 130, right?
130.
120, thank you. It's about 120. So there is an increase by that, because you're at the cheapest price we have right now. Right now, twice a week for 1 month is 135. So it's about $12 a month more. So if there's a price increase, maybe, it'd be cheaper to go to that. I don't see a price increase right now.
Could you just warn us if that happens?
Yes, of course I will. We'll have a party.
This is a businessman, I mean, electronic fund transfer, I mean, then you get a more uniform cash flow, which you absolutely need.
Exactly, the more uniform cash
The thing
flow.
you can't see, the landlord goes up on rent suddenly at some point in time or something like that.
Exactly.
And you may not be able to fight.
So, if there's no further questions, I'm going to talk about the programming changes that are going to occur. Okay? These things are to help both people in group and private get better results. Okay? So I talked about the assessment a little bit before, and the functional movement screen, FMS, okay? The purpose of the functional movement screen is this, okay? When we're children, okay, we're perfect squatters. We can squat like this all day long and be perfect, okay? Most people in this room cannot do that anymore, all right? That's because we lose mobility in certain joints and stability in other joints, okay? I'm going to talk a little exercise here for you. When you look at your body and we stack your body, your ankle is a mobile joint, okay? Moves around a lot. Your knee is really much of a stable joint. Then you stack, your hips are a mobile joint, and your low back, your lumbar spine is a very stable joint. And then you get up to this region up here, which is your thoracic spine, that's a mobile joint, okay? When a joint loses mobility, not flexibility, when it loses mobility, it can affect the joint above it or below it. So if you have poor mobility in your ankle, that can cause knee problem. If you have poor mobility in your hips, that can cause knee problem or low back problem. And if you have poor mobility up in your thoracic spine, it can cause some things up in the cervical spine and some things, or in your low spine, okay? So what the functional movement screen does for us is we assess people's movement patterns. And we try to fix it, okay? We're not a doctor, we're not physical therapists, but your body needs to move certain ways, okay? I have an example right here. Ken, if I can talk about you for 1 second. Ken has terrible hip mobility, okay? His back was bothering him when he first came to me. We've done some very simple stretching mobility work, and his back is not bothering anymore, all because of his hip, okay? And that's some simple things that we need to put into our exercise programs, just to either maintain the way we are or to get better at what we're doing, okay? Now, another thing to think about is this. Let's say you have a rock in your shoe, okay? You're going to start to walk funny. If I don't ever take that rock out, you're going to now have a funny walking pattern. Now I'm asking you to do a walking lunge with 30 pounds on your shoulders, and you have a poor walking pattern. So not only do we have a bad pattern, but now I'm loading a bad pattern. That's a recipe for disaster. We're going to hurt somebody doing that. The functional movement screen is something that helps take that away, okay? That's one reason why we're doing a functional movement screen. And with the functional movement screen is we're going to change our warm-up, okay? Specifically, private, we'll do what we can. We only have a half an hour. For in an hour of training, we're definitely going to do what we call RAMP, a ramp warm-up, R-A-M-P. RAMP is range of motion, activation, and muscle preparation. R-A-M-P. Now what RAMP does is this, okay? The first thing we do in a RAMP is we foam roll. You see some people foam roll. Why do we foam roll? Why don't we foam roll? What foam rolling does is, okay, is it finds trigger points in your body, and it breaks down, and it helps to improve the integrity of the muscle, okay? If a muscle's tight, or it's overactive, okay, sometimes you might foam roll the outside of your leg, and it bothers you a lot, okay? Or if you sit over and you foam roll your hip, and it bothers you a lot, those muscles are overactive. They're probably getting tight. And what they do is they tell other muscles to be loose and not active, okay? So I'll give you a very easy example. If this gets tight here, okay, it's telling this to be loose, the inner thigh, sits on the kneecap, pulls the kneecap to the side, the kneecap no longer tracks correctly, you have knee problems. If the muscles in the front pelvis region get tight or your quads get tight, it's going to tell these muscles in the backside, this is very important actually, because most people sit all day long. These muscles get tighter. They get overactive. We roll them out. They hurt. We try to get rid of that. They're telling these muscles to be inactive, your backside. It allows the pelvis to anterior rotate or rotate forward just a little bit. You don't even notice it. You don't even know what's happening, okay? But what happens is it now puts the pelvis out of alignment and you have back problems. All because you think you got a bad hip, but it's a tight piriformis or glute medius or something like that. So we need to do this in our exercise program all the time, okay? So for 30-30 now, 30-30 for a limited time, for a while till we can teach you guys some of this stuff, my instructors are going to be available 15 minutes before every class, okay? So if your class starts at 4:30, 4:15 is when warm-up starts and ramp starts, okay? And in that time, we are going to show you how to properly foam roll and stretch and activate the muscle, okay? I'm not going to leave it up to my memory to go through all this, okay? But this is actually what a ramp does. The purpose of the ramp is to address your soft tissue quality, the quality of those muscles. It improves your muscles' length and extensibility. It improves your mobility of the joints. It elevates your blood and core temperature and increases your blood flow. It charges up and excites the nervous system to prepare the body for the demands of your workout, the movement patterns that are going to follow. okay? So I want you to think about this. When you come in to warm up, okay? Right now, we get on the treadmill and we walk for 5 minutes. That gets blood flowing, okay? Warms up your inner core temperature. But it doesn't turn on your nervous system, okay? It doesn't help any of those muscles to be ready to exercise correctly. It doesn't get rid of those knots, okay? It doesn't help you stretch and move around a joint better. So, walking on the treadmill for a warm-up is really archaic. It's not the way we should be doing it. We have to do it differently. And we went back and back. How are we going to put this into 30-30? How are we going to put this into 30-30? We didn't want to take time away from 30-30 to do this, okay? There's some people who can't get to class on time. So if we wanted to do it, we could. So for those people,
Talking about me.
I'm talking about you. For those people who want to exercise better, okay, who want the bodies to perform better and more efficiently, less likely to increase risk of injury. What's that? You're gonna have to get up earlier. They're gonna be here. We're gonna have enough foam rollers. Hopefully they come anytime. To teach you guys how to foam roll and do this stuff, okay? And wake the muscles up, okay? It's very important. You may not notice this, you may notice, you may not, okay? But typically your second set is better than your first set. That's because your body now is neurally ready to work. It's awake. The muscles say, oh, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do better this time. That's what we have to try to do in our warm-up. So our warm-ups include the same type of motions that we do in the workouts. They include lunges, they include squats, they include bends. Yeah, no one's happy about that. But it's not a workout. It's to wake it up, is what it is. Okay, go ahead.
Chris, we're still doing lunges?
Yeah, that's not going to go away.
Can't
So-
we negotiate here?
Listen,
15 minutes early.
again,
Give them lunches.
so that's why we're doing it. It's really, really important for your bodies. There are some people that foam roll, and they're... Who did I foam roll the other day? Oh, I know foam. I foam rolled a gentleman. He's 37 years old. He's not here tonight. Okay? And...
Foam roll?
He's gone. I'm going to show you him.
No longer with us.
He's no longer with us. He couldn't get it. But I'm going to show you something, okay? 37 years old. His knees bothered him at 37 years old. Foam rolled him. He couldn't even lie on the roller. It was so bad, okay? The pain was so bad in his hip, in his outer hip, in his outer thigh. When I went to stretch his hip, he went on the table and was like this. His leg was like this. He could not bend. You should be able to be like this. Okay? Now, a lot of us can't do that, but his leg was like this. That's how bad it was. And I'm telling you right now, he's going to have back problems. His knee already bothers him because those things are tight at 37 years old. He sits all day. So it's just really, really important, and we really wanted to put it into our programs. We'll do the best we can in our half-hour privates. We'll show you how to do it. You can do it before the private if you want. We're definitely going to put it into our 30-30 to help people get results. Okay? You will find that you lift better, you'll feel warmed up better by doing this. So, let's say class is at 7 o'clock, 6:45, you come in, you do your ramp, and you get on your machines, the instructors will start class. With that comes two changes. One, 7 a.m. class is going to 7:15 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have no time. You get to sleep later. We have no time for ramp. You go from 6 to 7 right away. So we got to bump you 15 minutes. I hope that doesn't mess up your schedules to get to work and whatever, but we have to kind of do that. And our 6:45 class, we're going to move to 6:50. That gives us about 10 minutes in between, okay? And not only do I need time for the instructor to instruct you, but we need space. We just don't have room. If we're finishing class at 6 and you come in to 7 and you come to do your ramp, it's 6:45. There's just no room for us to do that. So we need that space in there a little bit. And we'll adjust things as we go. You know, nothing's
Set in
written in
stone.
stone here. You know, we are who we are. We do what we want to do. But that's what we're going to try, okay? So I hope that doesn't mess up you 7 a.m.ers and
So we
6:45 at night.
later.
Yes.
We still come at 7?
You come at 7,
Yeah,
we're gonna do our ramp warm-up,
all right.
and at 7:15 is when class will officially start. So if someone can't get in here for 7, and they say, I don't care, I don't like ramp, I'm coming at 7:15, you just take class just like you normally take class, okay?
So what about the 6 a.m. one?
6 a.m., 5:45, we'll be ready for ramp.
Oh, my God.
Go to bed earlier.
So, that's some changes in our program, and what we're gonna try to do in our program. I'm gonna specifically talk about our programming for private training right now. Private training, we will only be offering 1-hour sessions in a semi-private setting. If you train with me now for half an hour, you're welcome to stay that way. But going forward, we're only gonna offer hour settings, semi-private, for a couple of reasons. Number one, we can't get it all done in a half an hour to train you the way we should be training you. So we're gonna go to an hour. Second, we're going to a semi-private setting so that the studies show if you train with someone else, you usually get a little bit better results. Get some camaraderie, you might get a little competitiveness, so we're gonna put that together there. And the third thing is, for that person that does train for an hour, that would save them some money. It'll save them some money per session. So that's how we're gonna handle our 1-hour private training sessions. People in private now, you may have noticed, you might not notice, I don't know, we have gone to more structured programs, 2 workouts for 6 or 8 workouts in a row, or 3 workouts for 12 workouts in a row, something like that. You may notice that, you may not. You may not notice the changes we've made in our core training and our lifting program, stuff like that. But that's all going to continue along. 30-30. 30-30 has only one very big change. I have one change left to say. 30-30, I think, if I can remember, has one very big change to make.
It's not 60-60.
Here it is, okay? Remember, everything that I'm doing in this, okay, is to help you guys train better. Everything I'm doing is to help my trainers train you better, okay? We're now going to go to a program where we're only going to do 3 different workouts in a month's time frame. We're going to do the same workout Monday and Tuesday. For every Monday and Tuesday that month, we're going to do the same workout. We're going to do the same workout every Wednesday and Thursday, and we're going to do a different workout Friday and Saturday. Okay? So we're going to have 3 different workouts for a month's time. And this is why. First, I know you guys are not really, please if I offend anyone, but no one's really a gym rat in here. Okay? You know, I'll take care of you later. A gym rat will go to the gym and they'll do the same workout day in and day out for years, and it doesn't matter to them. We have always changed your workouts because I think you guys enjoy doing something different. You don't want to be bored with that. But it's really not the best way to help you change your bodies and adapt, okay? You really should do a workout 4 to 6, maybe 8 times before you change that workout, okay? To help you really adapt better, okay? So by not changing, a couple other things will happen. Number one, our instructors will be able to progress you along better. Okay? So, yes. Because if on this Monday we did a standing shoulder press and you used 8, I'm going to put 10 in the computer, we might not do that again for, who knows, 6 weeks, 8 weeks? This way, we'll know if we do that again next Monday, you're not going to be using an 8-pounder, you're going to be using a 10-pounder. Okay? It's really going to help us progress along. You guys are going to see that progression's a lot better because people will ask us sometimes, hey, am I using more weight? Do I lift weight? You'll be able to see that and tell that now, okay? It's also going to allow us, you will be more efficient in your workout because you're going to know what's coming. Believe it or not, it's better if you know what's coming. Mentally, you're prepared to know that, you know what, I'm going to go do some walking lunges now. Okay? Yeah. And a third thing that's gonna help us do this, okay, and this is not for everyone, we get put blinders on and we think we have to do 15 repetitions. We have to do 15 repetitions, okay? Very quickly, your body is made up of 3 different kinds of muscle fibers. Slow twitch muscle fibers and 2 kinds of fast twitch muscle fibers, okay? When you do 15 repetitions all the time, you're hitting the same muscle fibers all the time. A slow twitch muscle fiber. You never hit the fast twitch A or fast twitch B muscle fibers, okay? The most efficient repetition range to hit both muscle fibers is between 8 and 12 reps, okay? But that also depends on how much rest you get. If you don't get a lot of rest between your sets, it's going to be an endurance exercise because you don't get a lot of rest. So you're not going to use as much weight. If you do heavier weight at 12 reps, okay, and you take a lot of rest, you're going to hit more of your fast twitch muscle fibers. So what this all means is, basically, if you're always doing 15 reps, you're always showing your body the same thing, even if we're changing the exercise that you're doing. So your body's not going to change and adapt as well, okay? So for those people whose joints can handle it, okay, and we feel can handle specific exercises, we're going to try to change in that month's time frame, maybe 1 week, we're going to try to force you down on certain exercises to only do 8 repetitions, okay, or 10 reps. I can tell you right now, okay, once you do 8 or 10 reps, you'll never want to do 15 again. I'm very serious about that. I really will not want to do it again. But always doing 8 or 10 reps is not good either. You need to get up higher repetitions sometimes. You need to cycle through it. So we're going to try to cycle through it a little bit. Another thing we're going to try to do is we're going to try to work on our tempo. Not on every exercise, because we only have a half hour to lift. Our tempo. That means the speed at which we lift our weights, okay? Because to change your muscle, there's 3 ways to change your muscle. One is through time under load, or tension, how long you lift, okay? So that's what we need to try to work on a little bit. And by going to that type of program, we're going to be able to do a better job with that. Not with everybody. You know, if you have bad knees, I'm not going to bring you into 8 reps on a squat. It's just not going to make sense, okay? We're not going to do that to you. We're still going to try to train, you know, correctly. But in some exercises, when we can do that, we're definitely going to try to do that, okay? I had a thought about that, but it's gone now.
Too many reps.
March 1st. These changes start March 1st. Hopefully, we'll be ready. Because every time we do something, something else comes up we got to try to take care of. Not in the regular business, in the changes that we've been doing. We've changed the way we answer the phone. We changed the way we do billing. We do a tour now. Everything we do, our training has changed completely, has been upended. There's not one thing in my business where we haven't changed since we started this process. It's been a lengthy process. And it's all really for 2 reasons. Number one, to get you guys better results. Because the top thing in running your business, if you're getting results, you're going to be successful. And 2 is for me to create some systems, okay, so that when I am done training, there's some value to my business, okay? I've been in business 15 years. When I started my business 15 years ago, there weren't personal training studios. People thought I was nuts. When I left my job, my boss thought I was nuts. What, are you crazy? Somebody's going to pay you $50 an hour to train them? There was maybe 6 or 7 gyms in the area, in the surrounding towns. Nobody was doing personal training. Now, there's over 20 facilities in the area, and they all claim to do personal training. So, for me to survive, I have to be better, okay? My trainers have to be better, and that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to be better and stay above everyone else in our competition, okay? So that's why we're making these changes. It's not to, you know, do anything other than that. Just try to be better at what we do. So, anybody have any questions? Are you kidding me? Jerry Burns!
I want you to give me a supplement that Ray Lewis is using.
Ray Lewis. You'll have to drop your pants.
No, seriously. Semi-private. So if you don't, because I'm one of the private sessions. So
You're a private session.
Yeah, so if I went to semi-private, like, so 1 hour, like when do you start? Like, you got your 30-30 times, like when would you start?
Well, one thing that we did was, when we took the office down, okay, It now allows me to be able to train 2 people at one time while class is going on. I know some people here, Monday, Wednesday night, like Wednesday night, it's crowded in here, we have class going on, and I'm trying to train 2 people over here in this little space. It was crazy. But when we decided to go to this format, we said we need more room, and that's one way to do it. We actually really want to be able to have enough room to train 3 people at one time. So, with that change, we're probably going to get rid of squat press, extension and flexion, and the big chest press bar bench. Those things will probably all go away.
What we use these kind of machines for?
We would use these kind of means in dumbbells and bodyweight stuff, yeah. Because first of all, chest press with the bar, it's really not really good for your shoulders. So how often do we do it? We don't do it that often.
Right.
We don't push the weight on it because we don't hurt anybody's shoulders. It's not great for the core or anything like that. It's just a big, muscle head type exercise. So we probably would get rid of that. And these particular exercises, although we use them all the time, they're not as functional as they should be. They're not really what we should be doing to help people to become more functional in their daily living. So those types of things. And by eliminating those things, it'll give me more space to maybe train 3 people at one time. And remember, if it's in a semi-private training program, 1, 2, 3 clients at one time, you're still going to do your program, okay? I'm going to have to work harder to train 2 people at one time doing something completely different, or 3 people at one time something different. Michelle thinks she has it tough because she trains 5 people at one time, but you're all doing the same thing a little bit. This will be 3 people doing something completely different, okay? So even though it's a private session, it's semi-private with other people, you're going to do what Jerry Burns is supposed to be doing for those exercises, not what you might be training with Margaret Finneman. She might outweigh you, push more weight than you, but.
Who gets to pick the music? Because I can't deal with those dirty.
Music. We will never solve the music problem. We might have to try to, put iPods in the package.
I'll second.
Some shuffles. We do train people already in semi-private setting. Before this, we've done this. They typically like it. They like to train together. Some camaraderie for them. Because even though there's a lot of interaction between private and group, they have their own little thing going on over there. That type of thing.
We do.
So those of us are going 3 times a week, are we gonna go to 2 times a week eventually?
No.
I mean, just a new clients coming in
New clients coming in.
will be.
When I talk about the changes, okay, essential customized membership are for new clients. Someone calls me March 1st, that's how we're approaching it, okay? Hopefully I have my phone script down and my tour and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, we didn't get to practice that yet. But, so none of that changes for you unless you come to me and say, you know what, Chris, I'd like to be on an essential membership package. I want to do electronic fund transferring for whatever reason. Some people might tell me that for private training. I don't know. Someone who's doing an hour training with me now and goes to a semi-private setting, they save money, so they might want to do that. Save money. Someone who's doing a half hour going to an hour, it might be a little bit more. We haven't really quite worked that out yet because my schedule's very full. I don't have a lot of hours here and there to try to plug people in to do semi-private training. I might have to make a little deal with these people and do half an hour training. It won't hurt my pocketbook really because they already half an hour, whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, Don Steve.
I'm curious, with your new program that you're offering 2 times a week, now, it used to be that it was recommended to exercise with weights 3 times a week. So I'm curious, are you going as a basic package to 2 times a week because there's new studies out there that changes?
There's 2 reasons. I'll say there's really 1 reason why, okay? The main reason why I did twice a week, well, there's a couple of reasons why. Number 1, they've seen now, okay? Some of these many studies, they've seen a little bit now for a while now that once you turn 50, okay, there's not a whole lot of advantage to going to 3 times a week, okay? I can tell you clinically, okay, people who lift 3 times a week typically feel better than if they come twice a week. I can just tell you that, that's what people tell me, okay? But the studies will show you that twice a week lifting is sufficient
It's sufficient.